Good morning, my friends, and welcome. Yes, it's Kate, and here I go again. I just feel like having a little bit of a stitch along. It's morning time here in Jaipur. The sun is shining, the sky is blue. I've had a leisurely breakfast, and soon I'll be down there again because I'm having lunch with a lovely lady that I haven't met before, but she's also in Jaipur at the moment, and reached out. So that's my plans. What are yours? Is it afternoon or nighttime? Whatever you're up to, just know I'm thinking of you, and I do want to say thank you for being here with me. Never lonely in our stitchy world, and particularly some lovely comments, some lovely helping of me in recent times. Had a funny little comment, and thanks to Christy and others, you all rallied, and I want to thank you for that, because it is the support of this community that is incredible. So I have my stitchy scroll. I can't tell you how many times, well, I probably tell you over and over, but this works for me so beautifully, and I thought I'd show you progress on, this is my second flowers, what am I calling these? Flowers in vases. I've just seen a suitcase lock there that I don't need to be in my vision. So I have totally Jaipurized this. The last time you saw it, it was looking a bit insipid, and compared to the other one, which is this one, didn't bring roses with me like this, and I just kept thinking this other piece needed more oomph. Well, I sure gave it more oomph. And how have I done that? I've done it by putting some yellow into this Liberty flower. Well, the main thing is I've changed the vase, and I've used this. This is so Jaipur, the use of, or India, I can't assume for all of India, because this is the place that I know well at the moment. But bold stripes and things that you wonder if they will go together initially, and of course they do. So I'm just having a delightful time, and the influence in my stitching, I think, is more than obvious. I got a little scared on the other day when I thought, oh, will I have enough thread to get me home? I think I will. Now this flower is my fleur flower. And you may remember I had a little mini May. I'll just have to move that little marigold dish out of the way for a minute. I had a little mini make up here, and I've actually pulled that off. I have these gorgeous flowers that I use all the time, and I have this little one that is movable. And you can see by changing what I had underneath, I've got a whole blanket there, but that will no doubt be covered. And see, now that I pulled that off, it really is gardening time. I need it to be diagonal to there. Need is a big word. And I don't really mind what direction it goes, but if I look at this, and this is where it is handy, I always say that, to just stand up and look at your work. 1, 2, 3, I think we'll go in there, which is different to where I saw it. And don't worry about that patch, especially now that I keep pointing it out to you all the time. So I'll put a knot in this. So what have I done since I last talked to you? I've just been out for one day, which was yesterday, and yeah, so I'm doing a combination of sort of working on some of my work projects, having some rest and recreate time, and shopping, which is now related to Kate in the Nest, and my bazaar that's coming up as soon as I get home, and my workshops. So it's been, sorry if I'm repeating myself, but not talking to a lot of people. And see, I've changed my mind. Instead of going around that, I'm just going to come with this beautiful thread and thread paint this gorgeous rose. What could be better than feeling the thread go through the blanket and just follow the needle. So what was I saying? Shopping. So what did I do? Oh, I went, was that my second visit? Yeah, I went back to my favourite store and looked with a second set of eyes yesterday. And they had laid out what I had selected on the first day that I went there, and I could cull, which is, I'm finding is a good thing for me because I get quite carried away, because now I know what I love, which is quite extraordinary. I would have to, are you like that? Like, I will say now that it's probably because I'm older and wiser, but if in doubt, I don't, and if I love it and know, I go for it. So it was good to have that time yesterday to refine and reflect. And the good news is I kept most. It was the most amazing piece of vintage crochet, which I loved and had picked out on my first visit. But yesterday I made the decision not to bring it home this time, and instead use my pennies in a way that I can share more, i.e. that piece was not for cutting up. It was for collecting and, just keeping. So I said no to that, and instead I added in some bits that you'll see in my bazaar, which I think you will like. And what was even more wonderful was, once I'd done that, this isn't wonderful because I seem to have made a little funny knotty thing as I'm chatting. In front of my very eyes, they rang the courier, packed it in the boxes, and so we have to wait for how much for them to calculate the weight, and particularly with what's going on in the world at the moment, one can't assume the courier rates because of fuel and changing times. So anyway, the good news was that was all calculated for me, and they are on their way. I think it's just one box, might be two. They're on their way home. Those treasures are on their way home to me even before I am. Well, not having much luck here. Just thinking too much about all the fun I'm having and not thinking enough about where my needle and thread is going, but there we are. It's because I didn't do that in a logical way. let's pull. This is a problem, that is too long. So yeah, feeling very fresh, I think, creatively. Sleeping much better. I said to my husband last night, I will be fully adjusted and waking up at a normal time by the day I get on the plane, which is only in 2 sleeps time now. So, but that's what happens. So it is lovely though to be not jet lagged now, and I think it's 5.5 hours difference from where I live. So I think sometimes they say an hour a day or whatever. I did read an article by a pilot who said you just don't ever go, he believes that you don't ever say, oh, at home it is such and such. He said you just travel with the time and keep it that way. I want to work out what colour to do in this flower. I just saw that I bought that with me. It's quite an unusual colour. What else have I got? That's Fleur's purple that I've used there. I've got this one. This is my own one that I've already used up there. And I could use over, oh, I have used over there. I've got some of this. Yeah, I just don't think I've got the right colour with me to get going on there. See, that's a nice pink, and this is DMC. So let's do some DMC. Or maybe I could blend that in there. Just so we give some love to all different flowers. I've changed my view around, so I just better check that you can see it, but I think you can. What did I say I was going to do? Can you see any difference with those colours? How about I do it over here? Or up there? Go in there. Just makes me happy having a vase of flowers in front of me. What about you? Oh, actually, that reminds me. It's not here, it was at breakfast. I just took some photos of marigolds in, it's the little touches, isn't it? Like little marigolds in a little brass vase sitting on my table at breakfast, and it just made the beginning of the day so special. So I might keep my eyes out to see if I can find, they're just little brass cups. I think brass is the word. I don't think they would be that expensive. Some of them have got patterns on it and others are just plain. I thought if I grabbed 1 or 2 of those, then I could do that at home simply. Because I have glass, but not brass. Hey, rhymes. So this has got a pattern that I was colouring in before. One of these pieces frays a lot, but now I'm not going to worry. I'm just going to go over the top of that. And this is all, would you call it, satin stitch? This is what you could make long and short, or of my jobs today is to reach out to Cindy at Paper Crown in Waco, Texas, because I'm definitely going there, and I've worked out the program, so I know quite a number of you in the States have been waiting for that to happen, so I think I've said it over and over, but finally I'm going to do it and commit. Because again, I don't know about you, but the way I have to sort of, and I've learned now not to call it procrastination, it's just I have to process in my head and think about things before I can make big decisions, and then I'll just know if it's right, and then I can go really fast. Does that make sense? And I just wanted to have the right combination of workshops so that I can cater to what people would like. And so there'll be 1 days, and then there'll be 3 day. I don't know whether this is the one I started a minute ago or not. My husband also reminded me that April starts next week, so I thought I could or should start working on my April newsletter, even though the March one has only just gone out. That would be a good use of time, even especially maybe on the plane or at airports. I mean, what an amazing month March has been. For the world, for you and I. Plenty of beeping going on outside the window, and it's streets away. I sort of like that. Certainly don't get that when I'm home. Right, so what am I doing, you might ask? Well, I've just continued. I started up there, and now I'm using the thread to put another part of this flower in place. I'll come to there. Come up here. Oh, so I could go back to where else I went. I'm just trying to remember. We went to the atelier at the City Palace, which is the amazing shop, sort of just outside the City Palace. So I didn't go actually into the palace or through the gate yesterday. But the shop just makes you joyful because it's the hottest pink. I've actually got a photo on Instagram. Hottest pink, and there's stripes, and it's just absolutely glorious. I also need a deeper purple for in here. that I haven't got with me, and indeed have I got a purple like that, because this is that. I need more. And then I wanted to talk to you about what I'm doing with these stripes. I don't know is the answer. So all I know is I need to get this sticking down further, and I started just running stitching them down with red cotton, and I think probably I need more stripes. So then part of me started to think, should I be canthering across? But I'm not a canther in a straight line sort of girl. I just can't do that. So why don't we, for the moment, wondered whether I should use this double. Maybe we'll try that. So everything's an experiment. I did go to a jeweler yesterday, and you might see me some different rings that I've got on today. My husband had said, if you see something, and these are with gems, and I haven't really bought new jewelry before, but it was very, very reasonable. So I have that to remember this trip by as well. They were talking about how the silver price has gone up. Again, I don't live in that world of, and I've said it before, one of the reasons why you see with me with multiple rings is that I like changing things all the time, and so therefore my husband, despite wanting to buy me beautiful things, I have said no, I'd rather have more of less expensive than one of very expensive, or if you know what I mean by that. We're all different. I'm now spending my money on travel, and my husband and I will actually get to have some travel time this coming up soon as well, which is good. I don't want to give the impression that I'm going to be a solo traveler, but if this is becoming a bit like work, and if it is, and it's the best job in the world, he still has to go to his work at the moment. See what I mean? I can't do stitches straight, I can't do them the same length, so I'm just doing them. At least it's getting it down a little bit more, and I actually like it more than the thinner, so we may as well make a feature of that. And we have to be thinking of the gorgeous Kelly May Kranz. She's had a tough time. She lost her mum, and then she lost her dog. She got hit by a car in a car park, and she's still not over that, and she's having to have some MRIs this week. Might even be today, US time, Tuesday, I think. So just let's all think of Kelly. She's given us so much. And we can never say it doesn't seem fair, but for me, she's had a tough run. So if we can reach out in kindness and show her that we're with her, sometimes that's all we can do. Now, can you see me stitching down here?
Yep.
I'm just so liking this piece because of the colour. From where it was to now is, we'll call it the Jaipur effect. Jaipur joy. Keep reading about how more aware the world is of you know, the place of us doing this, and it just makes me smile. I think, who can I pass that article on to? And then I realise that we all know, don't we? Even when we're not stitching or knitting or actually doing, what about the joy and the pleasure that comes from playing in our stash or reorganizing? Like before I turned the camera on, I just had to pile up and sort of make some clear space to actually film. But that gave me joy because I was just holding the fabrics and the textures in my hand. I actually got to finish that off well. Now that's a bit raggy out there, but that's okay. Now I realized I started to color these in, and I realized that I had red on some of them and not on these others, and I do like the effect of that third color. So while I have the red out, let's do it double, seeing I'm in that mood. I wondered whether I might put some braid in between. I've also got, I pulled apart a bag. Because these are really quite wide stripes. You won't be able to see. It's pretty bright, this one, isn't it? As I when I stand up, I nearly need my sunglasses on. I'm filming in natural sunlight as well, which is even better. So I'm going to come up here, and on that on the ends of these petals, let's put a little bit of red. I can't see any lines that would have been there, so we'll just make it up. And I'm going to go over here. This is where you can see the lines, and it's some of the lines, well, a lot of the lines I've been doing in gold perlé, but I think a little sprinkling of red. Is also fun. About to say, so far so good with the double thread. I can't rest on my laurels too much, but I suppose you just have to continue to be aware that if they get out of sync with each other, you can get in a mess. Around here. Here, it's starting to run out of thread, so we'll put some in here. A little touch there. That's all I'm going to get out of. Thank you to those of you who talked to me about the pigeons in the background the other day when I was filming. I thought they were owls, but indeed pigeons makes much more sense because there's lots of pigeons around here. Okay, that's good. Now, can we do something here? Let's go digging in for colours. I don't use much of the orangey pink here. That might be nice to join them. Oh, I found some treasures. Oh, look at this, everyone. I didn't realise it was in here. I found this heart. Apparently very hard to find these in the cities, but that, and then a few of these medallions, very old and obviously taken off. Another thing, but I'm going to see if I can make brooches out of these. I was going to sew them onto my coat while I was here, but then I thought they'd be more versatile, and they look so effective. Put those out. Now, eat my words, because that does not go with that flower. Oh, I didn't tell you. Just remembered. I've been doing some weaving on here. Wonky weaving, Kate style. And down here, I think I've been looking at the photos of Fleur and bronze work as well. Hello, Bron. And I felt in the weaving mode. And with variegated, it just comes out gorgeously. See, I wonder whether I might end up weaving that. Oh gosh, that's a big undertaking, my friends, wouldn't it be? It could spoil the whole thing, but it also could make it. So we'll keep thinking about that. And for now, let's play some more by joining consciously this flower here. It's a strange way to do it, Kate. I wasn't thinking. But anyway, it should be okay. Little did this fabric know when it was bought as a scrap to Wellington, New Zealand by Mary Walker and shared with the group that she would be coming with me all the way to India. I just love doing this part. There I go, I've changed my mind again. Let's see if we can join this flower onto this one. Look at that lovely fraying starting to happen. So I want to go under the fraying and put the blanket to this flower first. I just trim a little bit of that because remember this was on like a mini make. How did I get myself into this situation? Because now I've got it so unattached. Right, let's settle down and go back down here. Join this one onto here. Then I want that to stay like that, so we will just now come back into the center. Gee, I've enjoyed this stitch with you, so thank you. It's been so much fun for me, and I hope you've been able to get some things done as well, because I'm sort of in this country because of you. living this life thanks to the kindness of others. Okay, there we go. You probably can't see much of what's happened there, but at least I've committed to there. Where to next is I need to work on finding a little flower, and I know what I was thinking, that from one of these mini makes, have I taken it off already? One of these sorts of things could tuck under. I've got plenty, and I do like these mini makes as ongoing. Don't tell me I've got, oh no, I was going to say don't tell me I've still got thread in there. I could put some in there. Oh, gee, I'm happy. But that's probably enough of me. You bet. I probably should just let you go and get on with your day. As I said, overflowing with gratitude and joy. There's that mini make. Will be the start of another Vases and Flowers, I think, but not here. So I'm sure I will talk to you again soon, but in the meantime, I'll move my, can you see the whole thing? No, not really. Move my marigolds out of the way. You can't really quite. That's not nice. I'll leave you with a big lot of scrappy flowers in vases. Have a great day. Bye.